Welcome back. This is Liam Hanrahan from Outer Cloud Studio, and this is Devlog 0 again. So I know that I had another Devlog 0 before, but this is actually about another game because my friend hasn't sent me the art in a really long time, and so I'm just going to put that game on hold and not work on it until I can get that art. And I've decided to work on another multiplayer game, actually, that is not based off of any other game. It's called Paper Battlgrounds. Originally, it's called Paper Wars, but I saw there was another game already by that name, so I just decided to name it Paper Battlegrounds. And it's using Unity's Photon Pun 2, the free version, because I'm just working on it. I haven't released it any yet. And it's supposed to be like kind of like a board game strategy, but like real time. So there's no turns. You just do what you want, and it's like you trade or fight, or it's supposed to be simple, like not very hard to pick up, but still you can chain complicated things together. And I am thinking about making different game modes. The way the game's gonna work is it goes into a loading screen which connects you to a master server, and then that master server, you're on that, and you can join other rooms off of that master server. But so you connect to that master server, and then the loading screen ends, and you go to a main menu. And then in that main menu, there's play and options and a couple other things. Right now, I only have play. I only have the button play, and then you click on play, and it brings you to a game mode select screen. And right now, there's only game mode FFA button and a back button, and back just takes you to the main menu. But if you hit FFA, a little pop-up, which I think is pretty cool, comes up, and it blurs the background, so that's a really nice touch. And it asks you to put in a username, and so you put in the username, and and you hit OK, and it will disappear and connect you to a room. And the way I did this is it searches, for example, for FFA1 is what it first searches for, and it tries to join it. If that fails, then it tries to create FFA1, and if that fails, then it tries to join FFA2, and then create FFA2, and then join FFA3, and then create FFA3, and keep going until it gets to FFA10, and all of that fails, and it just decides there's something wrong, I better stop. And it just fails. And that works, surprisingly. I know there's a better way to do it, and and I just couldn't get it to work, and so I had to make it this way. It's gonna make it harder for better matchmaking. Like, this just puts you in a game with anyone who's looking to play, and I know that's gonna cause some difficulties, but I'll work around it, and I already have ideas for working around it. But right now, when you join into lobby, it says waiting for more players to join, and it will wait forever because there'll never be enough players. For some reason, like, I just have that yet. It never actually gets enough players, and it shows the names of everyone in the game, in that room, which is pretty cool. So, like, if I had a bunch of friends join at FFA, and it would join them into the same room, and it would show their names, which is, I think, is pretty cool. And that took me a really long time. The pop-up and getting it to show names took me a really, really long time. So that was glad to finally get that work. Now, what I want this... Now, let me explain the gameplay, which is what I'm currently working on. It's so... Every 30 seconds or so, you get... excuse me, an action token. And those you can use those action tokens to do different things. Like, you can either give it to a player in a nearby range to them, you can give it to them, or you can attack them, or you can move. And you don't have to spend it. You can use the action tokens whenever you want, but you get a new one every 30 seconds. And so it allows you to, like, save up a bunch, and then all of a sudden make a bunch of moves, and say someone's kind of close to you, and you have a bunch, you can move over to them and insta-kill them with just shooting a bunch at them. And so it's all grid-based, and you just hit them if they're in the range. And so it's like, and you can choose different vehicles. Like you're not a soldier, you're like a helicopter or a tank, and they have different stats. Like maybe they get an extra action token, or they do more damage, or they move farther, or and some have drawbacks. Like sometimes they won't move as far, or they'll have less health. But I'm also thinking about having other game modes like King of the Hill and Team Deathmatch and Free for All. Well, FFA. I already talked about that. And Last Man Standing and things like that. And it would be pretty nice to make this an actual game that I could earn some money off of. I probably will put this on Steam if I really want to finish this. And I, yeah. No, I'm going to create like an art style where it's like pretty sketchy. I want it to look like paper because the name is Paper Battlgrounds. So I want it to look like paper, and it would be pretty cool. And then maybe I could have some like in-app purchases where like you have different skins and stuff, different styles of art that you can choose. That would be pretty cool. And eventually I want to add like levels and then tournaments and stuff like that, and that would be pretty cool. And maybe you can buy new classes of vehicles and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. So far, I only have like joining a lobby, and then it says you're in the lobby right now. So that's a lot. I mean, that's taken me quite a while because it's just pretty complicated with all the multiplayer networking and stuff. But it's pretty nice. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And also, check out my other 3D renders. That'd be greatly appreciated. Bye.